Hello. Alright, so Friday stream. This is gonna be everything it usually is on a Friday. Recording of the podcast. Newsletter stuff. I'm gonna write the newsletter. I know I'm live, you don't need to tell me. Recording of the newsletter. Writing of the newsletter. Yeah, I don't have another person's episode to do though. I don't even have the articles ready. But okay, whatever. But first, I want to talk about the episode I'm going to do. The reason why it's called Workflow Wednesday on a Friday is because I'm going to redo the workflow episode. And before I record, I'd like to issue an apology. I said something insensitive. I made a joke about gingers, which was not funny. It was very hurtful. And so I'd like to apologize. And as part of my apology, I will be donating to the organization Don't Kick Gingers. Yes, I'll be donating $5 to that organization. Okay. In all seriousness, don't kick gingers. Don't make fun of them either. Okay. Yeah. Let's get into it. Building an indie business in the center of venture capital. I am Alex Edmonds, and this is the Building an Indie Business podcast. Okay, let's get into it. Today, I'm going to be going over my workflow. I'm going to be talking about what tools I use to record the podcast and produce the podcast. I'm going to be talking about the tools I use that are related to the podcast, but you don't necessarily need them. Things that I use to do extra stuff for the podcast, like develop the survey, the newsletter that I have for it. Or no, not the newsletter, but the thing I send emails with for the survey. Not for the survey, for the podcast. Okay. So let's get into it. The first thing I do for the podcast, or the first service, is I take notes. So I outline the episode, and I use Simplenote for this. I want to make it clear that this podcast episode is not sponsored, so I'm about to be mentioning a lot of services, so it's not sponsored for that reason. Okay, that's not why I'm doing it. Alright, so the second thing I need to do after I take my notes is I need to record the podcast. And for recording, I use Audacity. This is an open source project. It's free. You can also use GarageBand for Mac, but if you have a Windows device, I would go with Audacity. It's very simple to use. I have a tutorial how to start a very basic tutorial for people, so you can check that out on my YouTube channel. If I remember, I'll put it in the show notes. Okay. So once I'm done recording the podcast, I turn the audio file that Audacity has given me, and I turn that into a video file. And I do this because I want to put the audio on YouTube and allow people to listen to it on YouTube. So Headliner.app helps me do that. I record the podcast with a Fifine mic, Fifine, and then I have a mic stand, a generic one that I bought on Amazon to help me not have to adjust the mic. Okay. For live streams, I use Streamlabs. I used to use OBS, but then I was having some problems, and now I use Streamlabs OBS. It's very good. Check it out. So, with Streamlabs, you can only stream to one platform. And to allow me to stream to multiple platforms, I use Streamlabs, Restream.io, sorry. So, Restream allows me to stream on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube all at the same time. It's great. For creating the transcript for the podcast, I use YouTube. So with YouTube, if you look into the the editor section of the video, it comes up with a transcript for the video, for the video. I take the file, I edit everything that's wrong with it, and I have these transcripts. I don't really know where to put them, but if someone asks me for the transcript, I will send them the transcript of the episode. Okay, now everything is done for the podcast. Now I have to do everything for the live episode. Okay, so for listening to the podcast, I use Overcast.fm. And the reason I use Overcast is because it's built by one guy, Marco, and so I want to support another indie maker. I listened to the episode on the app, which is only available on web and iOS. Then Overcast has a feature where I can take little snippets of the podcast and turn it into a video file for social media. So on Twitter, which is my main promotion platform, you're allowed to have a video for 2 minutes. 2 minutes. And so I create that video on Overcast. And I frequently forget to do this. I think I've only done it 3 or 4 times out of 50 episodes. So, yeah. So, I forgot to mention that I use Transistor.fm for hosting. So what is a podcast host? A podcast host allows you to upload your audio to the platform, and then it'll host your files so that you can distribute your audio with an RSS feed to all the podcast players. Apple, Google, Spotify. So through the RSS feed, people can listen to your podcast, and Transistor.fm allows you to gives you an RSS feed. Okay. Now that your podcast is up and running, you need to promote it. So like I said, I use Twitter, and I do it through videos, or I also do a tweet storm. So I'll take my notes that I've made, the bullet points, and I'll do a tweet storm with the bullet points. Okay. The other services that I've used for the podcast, I've created a survey for the podcast, and the service I use for the survey is Typeform. So Typeform allows you to create free surveys, and the free surveys allow you to have 10 questions. You could have multiple choice, you could have write-in, you could have true or false, and a bunch of others that I can't even remember, but I used those 3 type of questions for my podcast survey. For the landing page that I created for the podcast, I used Porkbun to buy the domain, and then I used Firebase to host the website. Now, in podcasting universe or industry, I am considered technical or very technical. And so if you don't know how to spin up your own website and do all the HTML and CSS, then you can use something like WordPress or Squarespace to create the website, and it's just drag and drop. And then you could buy the domain with WordPress or Squarespace. I think they charge you monthly though, and for baib-podcast.com, which is the landing page that I created, that is just a one-time, I think it was like $3, which is really good for a .com domain. And then I also send people a summary of my podcast episodes every week, and I use MailChimp for this this action. Not a good word, but okay. So yeah, I use MailChimp to collect the emails. I use MailChimp to send out the emails, and the way I do this is MailChimp allows me to automate the email. So I set it up, and I connect my RSS feed for the podcast to MailChimp. Then I set up the email, I design it, I structure it, I style it, and then I every time a new episode is added to the RSS feed, it sends out the email whenever I want it to. Okay, it's a great service for someone who has a small audience. Okay, finally, I use Buy Me a Coffee to solicit donations and other things like that. If people want to give me money, that's the one I use. I use Buy Me a Coffee for two reasons. One, Fajar kept telling me to use Buy Me a Coffee instead of Patreon, and so I just made a Buy Me a Coffee. The reason why I've decided to use Buy Me a Coffee as my preferred donation platform is because on Buy Me a Coffee people who want to donate can donate just once and that's it. On another platform like Patreon, you have to become a subscriber and constantly give the person money, which I don't really like. It's a lot of hassle. And then also on Buy Me a Coffee, you can just do it. You don't have to create an account, which is the exact thing you need to do to give someone money on Patreon. So yeah, those are all the services I use to run my podcast. If you have any questions, reach out to me. I can help you with anything. If you want to host an episode of the Open Podcast, community podcast, reach out to me. We'll talk about it. All you need to do is record the episode and send me what you want in the show notes. If you want to write an article for the Open Podcast blog, also reach out to me and I'll help you with that. I'll create an account for you and you can have your blog post or write as many blog posts as you want. Okay, thank you for listening. Have a nice day. Bye. Oh my god, that was rough. That was super rough. But I don't know. I might keep this episode. I'm not sure if I will. Podcast workflow. Oh yes, I'm not the next stop. Okay. That was short. I mean, it wasn't short. It was long compared to what I've been doing lately. Hi, person watching. How are you? How'd you find this lovely podcast? I don't even know if I'm going to keep this episode, but, you know. Also, what happened? Oh, yeah. So, my start date, I don't know if anyone knows this. You know this if you're an open podcast. My start date for my work, for my new job, got moved from the 23rd to April 7th. Fun stuff. Fun stuff. April 7th. And I had episodes. I wanted to create a buffer so that I'd have like 3 episodes before I had to record another one for my new job. So I had episodes all the way up to here. Started here. April 7th. Started here. Had episodes up to here. And I wanted a 3 episode buffer because writing, stuff like that. And so I recorded one here yesterday for here and then here. So I just need to record one more. Right. Yeah. So I have the ability not to like rush the episode. I may be doing another interview soon. So, yeah. Apparently, essential businesses podcasts. So I am essential to the California economy. Right. Hold on. Okay, let me just okay. Uploading the episode as I usually do. Any questions? Do you know me? Have you seen my face before? I'm assuming you're on Twitch, right? Let me see if I can check that. Yeah, you're on Twitch. Cool. Cool stuff. Okay. So I usually do the episode and then I upload it everywhere, and then I write a newsletter for my community, open podcast on Telegram, and I just started a forum on Discourse. So if you're on Discourse, it's forum.openpodcast.xyz. Okay. He's gone. Okay. Seems like a lot of my people come from Twitch. So let me... Thanks. Let me check that out then. Telegram. You can plan your new episodes by inside the episode page. Planning allows I built this part based on film, so okay. Planning allows you to add cards for each section of the podcast. For example, you can have an intro, ad spot, or so on. Built this part based on film, so I'm planning to add an option to add this card. Just gonna rearrange sections too. I'm not sure about this. Your feedback. Show notes, as the name suggests, allows you to create your show notes, which can copy their podcast once a host is ready. I'm planning to add publishing to hosts that supports it later. Guest section is for guest management. Right now you can add okay. A lot of work. Dude, I promoted. What did I promote? Promoted this week's thing. Oh, dude, is that 3 weeks? One, two, three. Yeah. So I can trash this episode if needed. I've only trashed like 3 or 4 episodes. I recorded one taking a break, and because I was out of ideas. Right? We can check this. Let's see. Storytelling, running a community, interviewing one-on-one, pre-interview. I trashed this episode. Where is it? I don't even remember when I quit it. Lately, I don't mind trashing episodes. Taking a break. Yeah, dude, 8:23. This was early. Yeah, I was running out of ideas. And then, I don't know, something just clicked. And I was able to create more episodes. And ever since then, I've been on a roll, if you will. Yeah. I need to gather things. Okay. Sounds good. Oh, yeah, so I do. Okay. Let me. Oh, I shouldn't be singing that song. Sorry.
Hello and welcome.
Is it this one? Yes, it is this one. Okay. The podcast is loaded. Let's call this episode. Let's go with my podcast workflow. You can leave. Yeah, my podcast workflow. My podcast. Oh, whoops. Keyboard wasn't on. That's awkward. Ugh. Oy vey. Okay. Let me see something first. Okay. You can see me. Perfect. The podcast. Dude, is there drilling? Someone is drilling, and it's super annoying. It's another reason why I might cancel this episode. Yes. Oh my god. Can you hear that? When did they start drilling? That is the worst. Oh my god. 320. 27. Okay. Okay. If you're watching this right now, okay. It's episode 60. My only goal with this podcast was to reach 52 episodes, because that means that I have been doing it for a year, which is dope. No, I don't know. I didn't have any other goals. In life or with this podcast. Wait, what? Okay. Alright. I discuss the BAB workflow. I go over. See, that's my Boston accent coming out. Sorry. I'm sorry. All the products and services I use to produce the podcast. You know, my podcast is an essential service to the California economy. I know you're jealous. Don't be. We gonna get some lookers in the next one. Okay. Okay. Survey. Blog. So what's more important, the blog or the survey? Definitely the forum. The forum's the most important one. Okay, that's done. I'm writing the next episode right now. It's not gonna be done anytime soon. I recorded the email one. I recorded the surveys. So I'm writing about surveys, and I've made a lot of mistakes on the way, so I think this is the first time I talk about the errors I've made. No problem. I said I was gonna. Ooh. Dad. What else do I need? Oh. Day bow. When was it that I did something? Wait, I wanna mention something. Corona killing my open rate. Not cool. Okay, 13. I want to try something too. I want to put a headphones emoji in microphone or headphones studio. I think I'm gonna go with this one. Alright. Whoa. Day-bow. Okay. Day-bow. Okay. Can you believe it? I've done 13 issues. I remember when I started this thing. Let's check. Wednesday, January 8th. Cool. When was my first live stream? I don't know why I'm checking this, but I am. It's no big deal. Links, videos. Your channel. Workflow Wednesday on a Friday. Is that a funny name? I don't know. Brain Dump. That's a funny name. Live podcast recording. Oh, dude, this was a great episode. I don't know 3 months ago. So was that? Let's check. Unless, do they check here? I don't know. We're also just waiting, right? Videos. Alex, what are you waiting for? We're waiting for the email to show up. Waiting for the mailman. Waiting for the mailman. Copyright claim. December 20th. Wait, there's one more. December 9th. I remember this one. I don't know. I was a person. 4 views. December 20th, January 3rd. Dude. I still think that every live stream is like about my hair, where you can see how my hair has grown. I don't know. I think it's funny. Okay. 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 Wait, I have another person's podcast that I can promote. Let me find it. Oh wait, is this guy? I don't think he is. Wait, okay, let me check. Check in on people. I believe he is. Check in on the members of Open Podcast. That's me trying to whistle. Yes, he is. Okay, good. Yeah, because I was gonna promote myself again, and that isn't cool. Dude, it's a long, long time. Long time ago. Where did all my time go? I had an article. Dude, I'm getting lazy with all this stuff. The production quality is higher. I actually edited something today, yesterday. You will never know. Introducing. Not what I was looking for. Disappointed in myself. I don't need this. It's a Medium article. That's the worst. Getting rid of Brenda. Getting rid of the P. I don't know what I'm singing. Oh, this is it. You know what's great about just copy and pasting all this stuff? Or no, not copy and pasting, but like just replicating the new issue or the latest issue and then something else is that I know exactly what I did for the last issue, so I can easily avoid copying content. Alright. Wait, this isn't the latest issue. Oh yeah, I couldn't. Wait, yeah, I could. What's wrong with me today? Is it so early? Sent? Or is it this one? This one with yeah, I spelled coronavirus wrong. Why is it 2 words? That's my question. Are you a podcaster in California? Here's some news for you. In California, podcasts are considered essential business. Keep podcasting away during the virus shutdown. I learned how to spell it, which is, I don't know, it's something. Wrong word, wrong letter. Okay. Little humor. I don't know. I don't know what to put in this. Damn right, my podcast is essential. What's the other ones? The other ones. For I'm done. Long time ago. Oh, I don't want to do 2 podcasts from the same source. Specific content. How to get great sounding audio from a distance. Sounds good. Oh, I have an idea. Telegram. Give me a sec. Not that I'm going anywhere, but I need to look for something. Links. I'm trying to find it. I think I have. Oh, it's this one right here. Okay. Okay. Pod news. Oh, wait. Wrong portion of the newsletter. Pod News has written a series of articles about really? The fact that you're telling me this is part of the problem, sir. Think about that. About advertising a podcast. This article is part 3. About promotion swaps and crossovers. About promotion swaps and crossovers. Advertising a podcast. Specific concept, that's what I was going to use. T. Rockwell goes over remote yeah, let's just do remote audio production for a podcast. Okay. Cool. At the next truck stop. Okay. Bro, what's his name? Actually, I need whiskey ginger. Whiskey ginger. Oh, I didn't write the other episode. Oh no, I did. There was a satire episode that I was gonna do. Not episode. A satire thing. There was like a satire article that I read, and it was like, the CDC encourages you not to start a podcast during the thing, like during quarantine. And when I shared it with people, they didn't really get it. And so I just wanted to avoid any confusion. So I'm just not gonna add it to the newsletter. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Robots. Did I spell latitude right? Yes. You guys may have found my weakness. Spelling. Okay. Actually. Alright. That's about it, I believe. Let me see. No one's watching, which is fine. Have a nice day.